Good evening, everybody. This is Doge Whisperer, aka Clashing with God on Twitch. Just coming to you right now with a MimbleWimble tutorial about how to set up a node, a local node, that will actually not mine to a GPU, but to your G1 Mini from Ipollo. Or if you have just a regular G1, the Ipollo will be able to use this node also. This is a tutorial on how to do it and set it up, and it should only take about 15 to 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and go to the MimbleWimble mining page. Okay. Ooh, let's go ahead and go here. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Let's go to the main page. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to start here because I want to actually show you how to get to the location that we need to go to. Okay. If you look over here, you're going to see on the main mwc.mw is where we're going to go because there's a couple of files that we're going to need from there. Before we get to that, let me give you the specs that we're going to need in order for this to be successful. Number one, we're going to need a PC that you can just leave running and not have to worry about. You don't want to run games or other things on it at the same time. You could, but it would affect the hash rate and also the performance of this particular node. The second thing is we are going to be doing this tutorial on Windows 10 with 16 gigs of RAM on a Ryzen 7. A i3, i5, or i7 should work fine. We will need a 2 terabyte hard drive minimum. Preferably, you would want a bigger one. However, a 2 terabyte should work. The next thing we're going to do is get some files ready, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this tutorial on how to mine to a local node with your Ipollo G1 or G1 Mini. Okay, with that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the mwc.mw and we're going to click on the miners tab, right, or the miners link right here. Okay, and once we see that particular link, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go down here to where it says how to solo mine MWC. From there, we're going to scroll down. You're going to see, firstly, you have to download the node and client wallet. What we're going to do is just worry about this part. Everything else below that we're going to do, but it's going to be slightly different. So what we're going to do is click the node and you're going to do the Windows 64 download for that. If you don't already have a MimbleWimble wallet set up with the passphrases and everything, you'll want to download that also. Now, once that's done, you're going to download the node, extract it to a location to where you can easily access it. In my case, it's on the Windows desktop. So what we're going to do from there is go and launch it. Once it's launched, this is going to be the longest, slowest part of the video. Okay, you can always come back here and re-video or review this video once it's done. But once the node is downloaded and extracted to your particular location, you're going to double click on a file called mwc.exe, which is the node server. You'll see a screen that comes up similar to this. However, at the instead of this screen, actually, you're going to see this screen. Instead of running, you're going to see syncing/downloading. Okay, you should see up between 4 and 5 peers. If you don't see that, then you'll need to do some port forwarding for port 3415 and 3416 to this particular PC. You'll need to map it to the IP of this local PC. Once that's done and this is actually syncing and downloading, you'll notice that it's going to take 5.184 gigs of hard drive space. Take that along with the operating system. Now we also need to note with the hash rates and the transfers and stuff, and the more workers you have, the more space that's going to use. So once that's done and you're syncing, then we're going to take a cup of coffee, go out, do something, and probably about 4 to 5 hours, up to 12 hours later, this will finish. You will want to have a unlimited or always on internet service. In my case, I have AT&T's fiber, 1 gig fiber up and down, and it doesn't have a data cap. I don't know exactly how much data this is going to use, but I would assume it's probably going to use a lot if you're using a lot of miners. Now, what you'll notice is once this thing is up and it says running, you're going to go over here to the mining button or the mining link, and it's going to say mining server enabled, and it's going to say false. And below that, it's going to say mining server running, and that too is going to say false. We'll get back to that in a minute. Don't worry about it. At this point, we're going to go ahead and close that, and we're going to go back in and we're going to start looking for a file. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to, we are going to go to this PC, which is the local C drive, and we're going to double click on the C drive. We're going to, from there, go down to users, and we're going to look on your login profile. In my case, it's MICHA. We're going to go there. You're going to look for a file or a folder, that says .mwc, not MWC 713, just MWC. Once you click that, you're going to click on the main folder. From there, you're going to see a MWC server.toml. Okay. From there, we're going to right click on it and we're going to select edit. And in my case, you can either use Notepad, but in my case, I'm going to be using Notepad++. Okay. There's two sections on here that you're going to need to edit. The first section is going to be this part right here. It's going to be enable Stratum server equals, it's going to say false. You need to change that to true. The second section we're going to edit is the Stratum server address. It will say 172.0.0.1. For some reason, if you're using a GPU, that works. But if you're using the ASIC miner or the Ipollo G1 miner, it doesn't seem to work for some reason. I'm not sure why. So you have to actually map it to the actual IP address to the PC that has the MimbleWimble node running on it. So once you put that in there, you're going to keep the port number at 3416. We are now done with this particular section. Now, the next step will be to actually go into the MimbleWimble port settings, okay? And from there, we're going to click on the configure button down here at the bottom. And give me 1 second here. I got to remap that because give me 1 second here. There we go. All right, it's going to go here. You're going to make sure it's 3415. You're going to click on advanced, and you're going to point it to on the advanced, you're going to point the IP address to the PC where the actual node is running. In this case, the same PC that your MimbleWimble wallet is on. Now, what you're going to do at this point is, if you have your wallet on a different PC, you're still going to map it that way. But if it's on the same PC, you still map it that way too. I don't know why it doesn't work with the 127.0.0.1, but for some reason it gives problems. So with that being said, we're done with most of this. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and click on apply. And then once we do that, we're going to go ahead and close the wallet. And we're going to make sure that the node itself is also closed. From there, we're going to restart both the wallet. We're going to start with the node, and then we're going to launch the wallet. But before you launch the wallet, make sure that the node itself says that it's running. Let's go ahead and go back into this. It'll say that it's running right here. And when you restart it, you'll also notice that when you go into the mining button or link, it'll now say true instead of false. At this point, we are mostly done with this particular setup. We got one more step, and that is setting up the actual miner. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the IP address where the Ipollo G1 Mini or G1 is located, and we're going to click on Pool Configuration. Pool Configuration, you're going to, under Pool 1, you're going to put the IP address of where the local node is running. Don't put 127.0.0.1 because that's not going to work. And you're going to put 3416 with the colon on there. Okay. As far as the pool worker, you're going to put your public address for your wallet, and then you're going to put a period and a worker name. If you have a password here, it's not going to work. You got to remove the password, leave that blank. From there, click Save and Apply. Then from there, go to your dashboard, wait up to about 60 seconds to a minute and a half, and what will happen is this will actually suddenly populate up here, and you'll see the actual form or hash rate suddenly go up to 4.5 on here. Now, I will note that not all of my miners that are running on here on this particular node right now have the latest firmware. The latest firmware as of May 5th, 2023 is 2.5.4. Some of my miners or some of my miners are actually running 2.5.2. Both seem to be working fine. So once this is set up and this is working, we're going to go back into the node itself. So we'll go back over here to the node and we're going to click on mining. And from there, you'll see number of workers. You'll probably see one if this is your first one connected. And down here, you'll see true, and you'll get the information on that particular node. Right now, I got 3 miners running on there. And with those 3 miners, I have made a total of 3.7. When I first started this, it was at 3.6. So I am making some good dinero right now. With that being said, that's all there is to it. Just add all your miners that you want to mine MWC, and from there, you sit back, relax, forget about it until you want to cash out your coin or trade it and do whatever you want with it. I will be doing other tutorials similar to this, so remember to give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe. And also down at the bottom, if you have any questions, you can actually comment here on the YouTube video, or you can go to my website that I have linked in the description, and that description will state the tutorial that I just gave you in text form. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions or any other issues you want to raise, there you can actually register and actually post any questions you have, and I'll do my best to try and help you solve that particular problem. With that, that's all there is to it. That's how easy this was. It looked hard. It took me a long time to figure out for some reason, but once I figured it out, hey, now everybody knows. And the more people that get on there, the more MimbleWimble we make. And guess what? They don't have a pull fee for this. This is free, baby. So you make everything. You keep all of the profits. With that, enjoy, peace out, and have a great evening.